Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. This is going to be a good news, bad news video for XRP. Now, if you're the type person that's dogmatic about what they want to hear, you're probably going to get triggered and don't want to hear this. But just to let you know where I'm coming from, I'm the type person is I don't want spin on my information. Just give me the information so I can make an informed decision. And that's in life and damn sure with my money and investments. If that's what you want, I'm the type of guy that you should, uh, watch his videos and get information from. But if you are the type person, for instance, that bought, XRP at 280 and you just want a feel good video every time, I'm not your guy. Because a lot of times, if you check my playlist, I report some really positive stuff about XRP. I just did one yesterday. Check the playlist. Today, this has both some positive, some negative. But anyway, I like going down the rabbit hole. I can't help myself. This came to me from some of the top influencers, XRP bulls that I follow. And I'm not going to mention their name just because when I watched them, they didn't have some answers. They made some positive statements, which is the positive part that I'm going to report on about XRP. I got it from some of the XRP bulls. But when they were delivering the positive information, they said, I wonder what this is all about. And they couldn't answer the question. I'm not even going to tell you what the question was. But that made me think, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, guys, it sends me down the rabbit hole. I just can't help myself. So anyway, here's the good news. Here's the really, really positive news. BlackRock just teamed up with Coinbase. And guys, trust me when I tell you that is positive. And I'm going to tell you why. I used to work for Bear Stearns. For the guys that are younger, y'all don't know who Bear Stearns is because they went out of business like in '08 in the crash. But at the time, they were one of the most powerful banking institutions in the world, like Goldman Sachs and J.P. Morgan. You could debate it who was the biggest, baddest on the street at that time. So I witnessed how things work, and I learned a lot about nothing is as it appears. I learned a lot about our government and how the big banks and the people that have the money and the power control everything. And here's my point. They pick winners and losers. So if you want some good news about Coinbase and Blackrock, guys, follow what BlackRock does. I don't like them as a corporation. I don't like anything about the ESG and all that BS. However, I'm non-biased. I don't have a say in what happens in the global economy. I'm just me. But I can follow the money, follow the power, and try to make money as they do. That's my goal. And I just pass on that information. Now, that is information that's really positive that this is not what this video is about. That isn't what this video is about. The positiveness is there's a guy who is like the asset allocation manager for BlackRock. Well, he has a direct connection with XRP, and that turns me on. And we're going to get into that. So, what I do know is that there are going to be trillions of dollars put into crypto over time through BlackRock. And trust me when I tell you, Wall Street's going to follow, whether that be in 6 months or 6 years. It's all going to happen when the regulation comes in. But now, if you Google this, the news was all over the place that there's a link. Well, I went down the rabbit hole to see how good that link is. Well, here's what we're talking about. This guy right here, all right, Susan Athey, works for XRP. And Robert Mitchnick has an MBA from Stanford. Well, I guess he was probably doing an intern or a partnership or whatever. Anyway, they connected and they did a study and they created an XRP calculator. And they calculated where they thought Bitcoin was going to go, like through the global banking payment system and its resources and what, the value it would have. And they did the same thing with XRP. So when you go down and you look, it's a calculator and you just plug in some numbers. Now, we're going to get into the bad news. Or, it's not horrendous news. It doesn't mean that I'm ragging on XRP and that it doesn't have a future and all that. But there is a big piece of the puzzle that people are looking at the wrong way. And that's the bad news. And I want to explain what we're talking about in this video. So stay with me, guys. It's going to be really important. Now, by the way, if you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. Now, when you go down and look at the numbers to calculate, it says like total estimated daily transaction volumes in trillions. And then it asks some other questions and you scroll down and you hit calculate. Well, I just put in 1 trillion, right? And it calculated $5.92. Now, I went to look up how much are they doing. Well, guys, they're doing right now about 1.2, 1.4, 1.5 million. So they got a long way to go to justify 592, right? So as you go on down and you start looking at, hold on a second, this report, and you start reading it, guys, you should read it. If you want to, go to unbankedfreedom.com and you can read this. It'll take you about an hour and a half if you slowly read it. But as you read the report, here's what I figured out. And I thought I was right about the ODL. Follow me. See, this report and this calculation was saying, look, here's all the opportunity, and it's immense, of what XRP and XRP Ledger and XRapid and all that can do. And it kind of goes through which one can do what, which one needs XRP, etc., etc. But here's the thing. I've done some videos and studied up on ODL, and one thing I did not like was that, let's say, Bank of America that may do, trillions of dollars in a week or in a month or whatever, I thought that they were going to have to go into the market and they're going to have to buy some XRP and they're going to have to hold it. And when you got all the banks in the world, all the corporations like, Coca-Cola and the oil companies and all that going on, I was like, man, this token is going to go to the moon. And when you hear the crazy calculations, $50, $100, $1,000, I was on board. Well, then I said, something's not right here with the ODL, because now if Bank of America, no matter how much they process, they just basically put in their, transaction, Ripple, not XRP, Ripple does the transaction. It pulls XRP out of a wallet that Ripple controls or out of the foundation, and then they send them the bill. The token holders, me and you, we make no money. There's nothing there for XRP. Bank of America, if they end up doing $1 trillion a day by themselves with XRP or with Ripple on the ledger, that has nothing to do with XRP token, right? So that was what I suspected. Well, in this report, that's what it basically says. These calculations are based on in the future, if XRP or Ripple, basically using XRP, if the customers around the world were doing 1 trillion, think about it, it starts at 1 trillion to say 15 trillion. That's the calculation. So they were basically thinking, okay, if XRP has $1 trillion that's being processed through it, through the ledger, let's calculate how much XRP, Bank of America, Coca-Cola, the oil company, how much are they going to have to process? Now, it says in there, there's a lot of how the bridge and the commission and all that. It basically states we don't know that yet. It's going to grow and develop over time. It does say that. So here's the bad news as I see it. Unfortunately, I believe that when the XRP ledger was created, it was created for the customer, like a bank, to have to go into the market and buy XRP, which would send it to the moon. And I believe, whether it just be over time and they said, hey, this is a better way, or the court case, they said, okay, guys, if that's the case, we could lose that in court and we should come up with the ODL. It's a whole different thing, and just prove in court that the ODL is just using XRP not as a investment or store value that's going to make money over time. It's just a bridge token, which one of the people stated last week in a video who works with XRP. She said it's just a means to an end. There's no speculation on their end of the future value going up. Now, don't shoot the messenger. But what I'm getting at is, I believe once they calculated how to do that, and then they realized, wait a minute, we can hold it for the customers, and then Ripple can send them the commission, fees, and the bill. So as it says, it's working out really good. Yes, going to plan B probably, but as far as the token, the holders that from Ripple and Brad and the foundation and all those guys, it's all good because the profit's going into Ripple, and that's making Ripple a hugely valuable corporation. And that corporation is going to go public. That's an IPO instead of an ICO. And when that happens, it's going to go to the absolute moon. So anyway, guys, not to kick a dead horse, but that's the negative thing. The banks, the biggest market, the whole world, every influencer out there is going, hey, this is why it's going to be a world beater. It's going to be bigger than Bitcoin and all that. Guys, I don't see it that way. If you do, okay, maybe I'm wrong. But if you're not dogmatic, like I said, and you go where the facts and the information takes you, it takes you to the point of understanding that that is a big piece of the pie that is going to hurt the price of XRP over time. Now, are there some other things that can rally this token over time, and can it still be a great investment? Absolutely. The video I just did talked about how, God, I can't even remember what it was. I just did it yesterday. But the customers have to go into the market. Oh, it's for Visa. Visa card is doing a rewards program. At the end of the year, all the people around the world that start using that XRP Visa rewards card getting 3% back. Visa is going to have to go into the market. You're going to have to buy XRP to give it to all of us that have that card, and I will have that card. So that's extremely positive, but it's not like Bank of America having to go in and buy XRP to do trillions and trillions of dollars for whatever that is worth. Now, over time, we'll see how it pans out. I don't know how the contracts are going to work out. I don't know how the NFTs are all going to be deployed. I don't know if who, what, and when people are going to have to go into the market to get XRP. I just know that the biggest route is the ODL, and the banks and those big, huge corporations will never have to own XRP. And it actually makes sense, guys, because it takes the volatility out of it for the banks. And banks don't like volatility, and they don't like risk, because if they're having to store XRP and it goes down, they could lose millions, if not billions of dollars just trying to lower their processing fees. So it makes sense. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you right now. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We want you to be part of this community. Hit that like button and let me know what you think in the comments section. If I'm reading this wrong and you go and spend the time and go down the rabbit hole, go read this. And if I'm missing something, please tell me. Don't just hate on me, because I'm not going to listen to you. I want facts and figures and proof. Give me something to read. I'm throwing it out there for you. Guys, hopefully you appreciate my honesty, because I don't like being the one to deliver negative news. But when you want unbiased information, whether I'm reading the Bible or I'm reading a report or if I'm watching the news, just give it to me as it is and I'll figure it out. Let's think about it, guys. There's not one token, and I mean not one token, that doesn't have negative stuff. Period. Nothing is just positive, 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 positive every day. And you should be leery, in my opinion, of the people you listen to if all they do is tell you positive stuff. If they shield any token every single day, like the Bitcoin maxis, I love Bitcoin. I think it's the safest place to be. I think we should all appreciate it, because if it wasn't for Bitcoin, we probably wouldn't be trading all these other cryptos. But guys, there's a huge opportunity with all the cryptos. I'm extremely excited. But no matter what, guys, they all have issues. They all have things that they need to work on, and they all have things that are going to hold them back. And unfortunately, a lot of them have things that are going to make them disappear. And we want to stay the hell away from those. Now, if Ripple and XRP wins this court case, they're going to be around a long, long time. I love Ripple. I plan on trying to get in on that IPO. I do own XRP token, and I think it's a phenomenal trade. After that, we'll just see how it goes over time. But anyway, guys, that's the good news and the bad news. But the good news is, guys, to get back, maybe I want to be clear. When you have a relationship from someone that's way up in Blackrock, and you know he obviously knows the lady that is at Ripple, I'm sure he knows probably Brad and everyone else. I mean, it's a pretty small group of 1%ers like Brad and what is it, Fink, I think it is, at Blackrock. They know each other. So if BlackRock decides to deploy some money into XRP, that could be absolutely amazing. Who knows? And I love the fact, for whatever this is worth, not to get off topic, but the fact that BlackRock is in bed with Coinbase makes me feel so much better about regulation, because I got news for you guys. If BlackRock wants to get behind something, he could pick up, the people behind that curtain can pick up the phone and call the White House tomorrow. If you think that the SEC can shut down Coinbase with BlackRock as a partner, no. They would fire the head of the SEC before that happens, because I do know that from working at Bear Stearns. That's one thing you can get from a guy that's been around like a long time, guys. Fink at BlackRock, I think that's his name. I'm just doing it by memory. He is a mover and shaker, arguably one of the most powerful people on the planet. I mean, definitely top 10 on the planet. So that's extremely positive for whatever that's worth. I didn't mean to get on a rant, but guys, that's all I got for you. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button and come back. Take care.